Hey guys, in today's video I will be teaching you about string concatenation and variables. So let's start off with string concatenation. String concatenation means joining strings together, and I will show you how it's done. So I will write a print statement over here, and I will add some strings in it. Let's say I own, and another string, 3 cars. Okay, so now what you have to do is you have to add a plus sign between the two strings so that they can be joined together. And this is how strings are joined together in Python. So let's run the code. I will use the keyboard shortcut F5 to run the code, and now you can see that the two strings have joined together into one string, and it has printed out into the console. So what you have to take care of over here is that you have to leave gaps before you end your first string. This way the spaces will remain consistent when you print this out to the console. Let me show you what I mean. So if I delete this space, save it and run it, you can see that the two strings are not spaced out correctly. So you have to take care of that. Okay, so you can join multiple strings, I mean like more than two strings. For example, if I just go over here and I turn this 3 into a separate string and this cars into a separate string, and now I will add the spaces properly. Okay, so now if I run this, you can see that, okay, I forgot the plus sign. Okay, so now if you run this, you will see that all three strings will have combined together and they will form a single string. Okay, so there it is. So now that we know how to concatenate strings, we can move on to variables. So variables contain data which can change while your program is running. Uh, you can store input in variables, or you can use them to hold values that appear more than once in your code. So you can edit that value by just changing it through the variable. So they are pretty useful. Now I will show you how to declare a variable and assign it a value of type string. So I will declare a variable like this. My cars. Now this is the name of my variable, and now to assign a value to this variable I will use an equals sign, and now I will say that I own 3 cars, and this is a string. It's not necessary to store numbers as strings. You can store them as numbers, but I will teach you how to use those numbers in the form of numbers in the next video. So now that we have a string which says 3, uh, we can now actually print this variable out to the console. Now I will write in a print statement, and I will, instead of writing the number 3 inside the print function, I will just write the name of the variable, print my cars, Control S, and now I will run it. And now you can see that the console has printed out the number 3, and that is how you print out the values of variables. Now I can use this variable in concatenation. So I will do this in a similar way like I did it before. I own, add a space, plus my cars. And now since this is a variable, we have to add a space in the beginning of the next string. I own plus my cars plus cars. Now I will save it and run it, and you can see that it has printed out the whole thing. So congratulations, you have learned about string concatenation and what variables are, and I will see you in the next video.